Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Kellen with Droid Life, and got my Razr M today in the mail. So we're gonna do a quick unboxing, a little walkthrough. This is my first time seeing it, so I missed the Motorola event in New York, but our buddy Dave was there to cover it. But I still wanted to get my hands on it and give you guys some thoughts. So let's go ahead and whip into that now. Check out the Droid RAZR M. All right, so let's bust into this thing and let's see what we got. So white one. I actually haven't even opened the box yet, so it's a nice surprise. Feels really light, actually. It's cool. Dive into that in a second. Now let's see if there's any surprises. Actually, this is card inserts removal tool. So I believe this is the tool to insert the SIM, or at least pop it in and out. And I will mess with that in just a second. Otherwise, charger, USB cable, instruction guide in multiple languages. So I'm gonna throw everything aside for a second, except the tool. We might need that. So anyway, here's the device. So 4.3-inch QHD display, but it's edge to edge, they're calling it. So in pictures and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, the edge to edge does look pretty cool on this, and it definitely gave it a small footprint. I mean, holding this in your hands, it sort of feels kind of like the Droid Incredible 4G does in hand, except this has a, that extra 0.3 inches. This also doesn't feel cheap like the Incredible 4G LTE. So HD video, you can see HD video, 8 megapixel camera on the back. It's got a 1.5 gigahertz dual core Snapdragon S4 processor. I'm not sure what the ROM is, I'm not gonna lie. It's probably like 8 gig, and then you can expand it with SD storage. Power lock switch on the side. Volume rocker also, tough to see because it's white. And then over here, this is that slot where the SD card and micro SIM are. So I'm not sure what that tool is then. Maybe it's because you can't really get a finger in there. I don't know, well, I'll figure that out. There's your charging port there on the side. So not on the top like we saw on the regular Razr. Doesn't have micro HDMI out, so it's just micro USB. Here's sort of a look from the side. See, it's sort of like thicker here and just kind of contours, so there's no hump really. There's no hump like we saw for a while. I'm glad they got rid of the hump. Sort of contour design there. Yeah, oh, headphone jack up top. Speaker there, microphones. So they've done this kind of industrial look almost. You can see they're like screws. Not really sure why they did that, but it kind of gives it a different look to it. You could take it apart easily. I'm sure it'll be easy to repair if something were to go wrong. Anyways, let's fire it up and see what we got inside. Alright, so let's power on, see if we got any juice. There we go. And I'm going to peel this sticker off as well. So yeah, I walked through the specs. Gig of RAM, not 2 gigs or anything like that. Does have a front-facing camera. I would think that that's 1.3 or 1.9 megapixels. Again, I can confirm all this later in a post. Droid, oh, it didn't say it. Anyway, that's kind of actually not a bad boot animation. We've sort of grown used to seeing these, right? See how fast it boots up first time. That's actually pretty quick for a first boot. English, yes. Oh, I forgot to mention the Kevlar on the back. So anyway, that's sort of their new thing with the Razr. So anyways, I'm going to walk through the settings, and then once I get through those, I'll be back. Alright, so we bypassed all that stuff, and the first thing that pops up is actually a welcome to your new phone, help. It says show me my home screen, show me how to turn my screen on and off, explain buttons. It's kind of neat. I'm not going to go through that. There we go. So home screen. So this is the new blur. So if you guys saw our Atrix HD, you're kind of familiar with some of this. They have tweaked it a little bit with the Razr M, but you start with one home screen, and if you flip to the right, they say like add another home page, and you can start with a template. You can see there's that Amazon suite of apps that's going to be on everything Verizon, and there's templates you can choose from, calendars, stuff like that, right? Or you can just create a blank page, and then once you tap on that, now I have 2 pages. So on-screen buttons we've got for the first time on Verizon and Motorola. The cool thing though, which is new to this version of Blur and you won't find on the Atrix, is this right here. If we slide this over, it's actually your quick settings, so you can toggle your ringtone on and off, your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, all of that stuff right there. And then if you want to toggle more, you can get right into your settings. But so it's kind of a cool shortcut. I'm not sure why this tab's there though. I would kind of be annoyed if that was there all the time. So I'll have to maybe see if I can get rid of that or if it just goes away after a while. But anyway, so then you got quick settings. So that's kind of cool. Otherwise, it's running ice cream sandwich. And it's definitely blur. You can see Android 4.0.4, Razr M. So anyway, this is just a quick look. I'm going to do a full review of this. I'm going to make it my phone for this foreseeable future. But anyways, one more quick thing though. You can see the edge-to-edge screen, all right? So that when they say that, there's basically no bezel other than just the sort of frame of the phone. And I would agree, it is pretty much edge-to-edge. I wish they would have done this with the Razr HD. It would have been phenomenal to see an HD display go edge-to-edge. But anyway, it looks solid. It is Super AMOLED and it's QHD, so it's pentile. We can freak out about that if we want, but so far, I mean, it looks pretty solid. You know, it's probably similar screen to what we saw in the regular DROID RAZR, which wasn't the worst screen ever, wasn't the best screen ever. Anyway, here it is, DROID RAZR M in white. Full review coming. We're Droid Life. Peace.